Welcome back to the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. I'm your host, Rick Davis. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Prime Real Estate Rick. Please visit our website if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in residential or commercial real estate at brooksanddavis.com. I urge everyone to subscribe, like, and follow the Prime Real Estate Network channel on YouTube. Man, I want to thank all of our subscribers. I want to thank everyone who watches the Prime Real Estate Network channel on a regular basis. Man, we appreciate the support. Sitting in the co-host seat is Miss T. Kennedy, Rockstar Realtor with Brooks and Davis Real Estate Firm. Thank you for sitting in with us this week, T.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks again for having me.
And our guest this week is the star of On Network's hit series Ready to Love Season 4, Mr. David L. Brown. What's going on, Dave?
What's happening? T, you be so excited. That's what be killing me. You be so excited.
All right, man. I want to appreciate you, man, because you've been so transparent and candid, especially during this interview in the first half. I want to ask you this because you serve as a mentor and a consultant for so many adults, couples, business people. What inspires you? What motivates you? Is there a book that you read? Is there someone that mentors you on a professional level? Because those highly successful entrepreneurs, I'm very, very curious as far as what gets them out of the bed in the morning. What keeps you going? What is that goal that you are perpetually chasing, Mr. Brown?
Man, that's a good question, Rick. I'm gonna lead with a deficiency first, and then I'm gonna expound on something that does actually help and promote what I'm doing. I don't have a mentor. And if I'm honest, and if anybody's out there listening or whatever, I've always wanted a mentor, but I haven't found yet somebody that has a heart to truly, genuinely say, I'm here to help without trying to get anything back in return. And that's far and in between. So I hope I can stumble across somebody like that has the time, because I'm running on, I tell my brokerage all the time, and I'm with Coldwell Banker. Mm-hmm. I say I'm running on sheer energy and hard work, but can my iron be sharpened? Yeah. Could my intellect with understanding the industry be cultivated? Yes. So the one thing that I do have is I had a good model in front of me, in terms of like what works look like, mm-hmm. what work look like. Even when I was going to Stephen F. Austin, mm-hmm. my father worked 3 jobs. My mom never saw a bill. She never saw the light bill. She never saw the water bill. She never saw the mortgage. My dad, he showed up. And I saw him just really, hard work wasn't nothing to him.
Right.
So when people say, man, you go hard, I saw it modeled.
Right.
So why wouldn't I? So it's in me. Now cultivating it and becoming more intelligent at managing it and a strategist at it, those are the areas that I actually could work on.
All right. We've known each other, like I said, for over 20 years. So we've seen evolution as far as maturity, business acumen, stick-to-itiveness. If you could give a piece of information to a 20-year-old or 22-year-old Dave Brown with the luxury of hindsight and experience, what advice would you give? Because one of the things Larry and I love about having this platform is that we get to speak to all of our current fraternity brothers, those that'll be Kappas and Noops in the future. Man, what kind of advice can you give all those boys on the yard right now who trying to figure out how to get money after this pandemic, how to get past this education phase and get into the earning phase?
Man, the first thing I would say to a younger version of me is, to be honest with you, you can wait on women.
Oh, wow. That's super deep.
I think our culture teaches us a lot of different things in terms of the bag and the person that we're kicking it with or whatever. There's a verse in the Bible that says, when I became a man, I put away childlike things. Mm-hmm. You start to prioritize what is important first. You build the house before you go get somebody to bring in the house or to marry, to unify the house with. Mm-hmm. I would have started to really unfold this entrepreneur thing. Right. I would have started to do more investments early on.
So
I would have did real estate early on.
Preach.
I would have started flipping properties early on. I would have started putting Airbnbs in place. I would have started putting passive incomes in place early on.
Absolutely.
And then after I after I built that foundation financially, traveled even the world, then I would have sought out, my purpose. But first, even asking God, is the timing right, God? Do you have her for me? God would have saw the responsible things in me, and he would have said, there's a suitable partner for you now that I want to bring you with. Because even at 22, we choose the wrong partners based on a season. When you're going to be out of that season one day. You're going to be in a mature season. But sometimes we choose somebody based on the place that we in, not even the place that we're going. So take care of everything now. Right? Get those investments in place. Get some discipline in place. That way, when the person comes, you're disciplined. You got the right mind on being a provider, protector, giving security, all of those things. And you know what it looks like to say, hey, I'm responsible. I've taken care of all. And so who doesn't want to be with somebody that's responsible, that's taking care of things, that has things in place? So that's what I would tell my 22-year-old self. Bro, put the woman, just wait on that. We got bigger things we need to do. That way, when she does come, we take care of her right.
Your platform is expanding exponentially because of everything that's going on for you professionally, everything that's going on for you as far as on the network television scene. What is the next step, the next evolutionary growth period going to look like for Mr. David Brown? What is it that you have in your mind's eye for your future professionally?
I can tell you this. I am already in the bucket of working with investors. So if you're looking to invest in properties, I got the plug on wholesale properties. I can really work with you on contractors. I mean, that whole process from A to Z, I'm there. I can help you with the financial piece. Like, I'm such a guru when it comes to that. I've learned and developed through my experiences how to really be a value add there. But where I'm getting ready to go now, I thank the show for putting me on a national platform. Yes. I want to be so entrenched in the right demographics and the areas of Houston where I can start taking people that are living in other cities and other states and tell them where the best places would be to move into Houston. Somebody that's trying to move in California, I want to be the ground level person on where you should move, when you should move, what neighborhood you should move in, what the house, the best house for you and your family, what the best school would be for you and your family. So I'm setting myself up to be a phenomenal relocation agent for anybody and everybody looking to move in the Houston area.
And I urge everyone to definitely reach out to David today. Follow him on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere online where David is preaching his message and also educating everyone as far as real estate, relationships, and the like. I want to ask you this, T. How has the last year in real estate been for you? Because it seems like as soon as you got your license, everything from a national perspective, world perspective went upside down and topsy-turvy. So I've never had the opportunity to interview you formally. So how has that last pandemic year been for a new agent?
Well, for me, it was tough, but I do have to shout out my mentor, Lisa Lala Vaughn. She has been super beneficial to me, just offering me the knowledge that she has to help me along in my business. Also, Michael G. Davis, he's my coach. I haven't checked in with him for a minute, but he was very beneficial to me, and still is. So, it was difficult, but
you made it.
We're moving
persevered.
On. We're still here.
We persevered.
We're still here. So.
And we got a really interesting question in the chat, and I wanted to ask you this, Dave, before we signed off.
Sure.
As a 20 to 22-year-old, how would a young David Brown go about getting capital together to invest with a 42-year-old or 43-year-old David Brown?
A 22-year-old, I mean, so many different ways to skin this cat, man.
Right.
You got co-ops, you got collaborations with people that are, that have the same mindset to say, you know what, let's put this stuff together, right? But let's say you can't even go that way. I'd start small. When you're 22-year-old, you're very new with credit. So don't do nothing too crazy. conservatively get some type of line of credit or get some type of bank that will back you up to say, you know what, I found an $80,000 house. It ain't a lot, right? You're building your profile. I found an $80,000 house. I think I got to put about $20,000 into it, and it looks like it's got an ARV of about $150,000. Do you mind loaning me the money, right? So you may have to get somebody that bag you up on that. But at least I'm coming in with a mind frame to say, yo, I'm here to work with you to get the financing in place. See if this risk is a big risk. The bank will assess it. If it's not a big risk, now you got your first house. Man, that's on your profile. That's on your credit report. Now you go get your second house. You get bigger and you get better as things move forward.
And that is invaluable game, because I don't ever want our show to be where we only propose questions and never propose answers. So when someone goes into the chat and asks, okay, Mr. Brown, I'm 20. I want to get in the game. How would I go about doing that? I urge everyone, if you are in that position, share this episode. Let everyone in your circle know. Because right now, with the technology that's available, crowdfunding is an option. Like Mr. Brown said, starting off small is an option. There are numerous avenues to getting this done, and I urge everyone, reach out to myself, reach out to Mr. Brown, reach out to Ms. Kennedy. If you have any questions as far as buying, selling, renovating, investing, residential or commercial, because we're always here for you. So, Mr. Brown.
I got another thing for 22-year-old Brown. Just
what's
last
up with?
thing
We don't have a time machine.
And I think you know this.
Give it up.
Bro, as a 22-year-old, and Larry, you know this too. We all know this. You know how much money we went through on dates that didn't go nowhere? Money that we spent on women, or money we spent on things that you got nothing to show for it.
Discipline is the key.
Another thing I would be like, bro, I could be a millionaire based on the money and the bread that I spent. Did I get a good time out of it? Yes. But would it have been more fruitful? A good time and being more fruitful are two different things. Right. Would it have been more fruitful if I took that money and applied it in some type of investment, maybe conservatively or maybe aggressive? But I spent a lot of money on a lot of people that I don't even know to this day. For real.
No, that's facts, man. Dave, it was an honor and a pleasure to interview you today. This is one of those nostalgic moments for me, because if somebody would have told me 20 years ago that fast forward, you'd have Dave Brown on your show.
Real talk.
And this would be something I'd be like, yeah, maybe, possibly, but holler at me in 20. So yeah. It's really, really exciting for me to have this opportunity. This is something that's going to live in perpetuity. And I'm glad you were able to carve some time out of your schedule to sit in with us. Miss Kennedy.
Yes.
I fashion myself as a man of his word, so I thank you so much for carving some time out of your schedule to sit in with us. Don't be a stranger.
I appreciate it. Seriously. I'm a fan of the show regardless, so.
I would say, because I would like to be able to ring your bat phone in a pinch if we ever need another co-host.
Do you have somebody you're specifically rooting for, though?
What do you mean?
On the show. Is there anybody on the show that maybe even be here that you're like really pushing for?
On this show.
Or anybody next to you right now on this show?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Jeez. Look, the whole entire time I was like, I was definitely like, I was meant to be in this spot on this day at this time. That. And I do believe in that. I do believe that God really do position us in places that we need to be. And the whole entire time you were speaking, I 100% believe you were speaking to me. Like, you were looking at me and you were speaking to me, but you were speaking to me.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I appreciate it. I'm glad we was able to all bring it together. On behalf of myself, Rick Davis, and the Texas Real Estate King, Mr. Larry W. Brooks, I want to thank everyone for tuning into the Prime Real Estate Network podcast. If you need anything in the meantime, in between time, I'm only a text, inbox, DM away. And until next Thursday, everyone, be blessed.